I really like the way that we started.
Good start tonight. Have a good start.
It's a good start.
Yeah, it was a good start. Hard start, simple start.
Obviously, it's not the start we want.
You know what? We just didn't have a good start.
I mean, tough start.
I thought we had a good start.
Good start, obviously.
Obviously.
Obviously. I mean, obviously.
I think obviously.
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 Obviously, like I said.
Like I said, it's obviously.
I don't know. Obviously.
We have to be disciplined, stay out of the box.
More discipline, stay out of the box.
More discipline, stay out of the box.
Talked about coming in here, staying out of the box.
Been in the box 3 times.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
For sure.
Oh, man, they just got us jerking it here in the locker room. Playing a little Limp Bizkit.
Hey, I like Limp Bizkit. I can't.
No, the game, not the band. Welcome to Cascadia Hockey. My name is Corey Gaston.
Soggy biscuit.
Yeah, that's the whole point, I think. Dear Christ, we're off on a roll today, man.
Woo-hoo!
Look at it.
Not a good start.
No, I'm okay with it.
It's a good start.
I like the rough
Are you okay
start.
with the
Yes,
start?
I'm having fun.
It's a good start. All right, boys. Good
We
start.
are Cascadia Hockey, brought to you by Buried Puck Threads. My name is Corey Gaston. I am your host with the least, and we are here sobbing over our brackets and ready to rock and roll and talk a little bit of hockey this week. With me, as always, across from me is my partner in crime, founder of Buried Puck Threads, master of ceremonies,
Yes.
lead misanthrope. I fucked that one up.
Church.
One Mr. Aaron Piper.
Yes, my brackets are dead. Kind of.
Dude.
We'll get to it.
Across from me is our goalie, our savior, if you will. Savior?
Both.
Golden Knight aficionado.
He's got the rally cap on.
Oh, yeah.
And-
I'm ready.
And ace rock photographer,
Ooh, yeah.
one Mr. Kyle Houtz.
Just got to get our skating legs under us.
Houtzenstein Media. Check it out when you get
Houtz
a chance.
Media.
Houtz Media.
Houtz
Sorry.
Media, yeah.
Sorry.
Please buy his
I
product.
have like
Please
I have
buy his
like
product.
I have like way too much shit just kind of spread around, you know, and it's like I try to put it all under the Houtz Media umbrella.
Mhm.
And
How's that working out for you?
So far, so good.
Okay.
But it's like I'm working on my portfolio right now for university stuff, and I'm just like, how the fuck am I going to organize this? Like, I don't even know.
Don't they
But
teach you how to organize?
alphabet-
Oh yeah, they do. But like, it's more of what
Nudes
what the
and
balance-
non-nudes.
What the balance should be. Yeah.
It's
Tasteful,
art.
tasteful, and smut.
Well, yeah.
Most of it kind of leads toward. Never mind. Let's just get right into brackets real quick.
Holy God,
we'll
are we even
to
going to
some
screw
other
around,
things.
dude?
You know, I give up. I really do. St. Louis is the only one that has not steered me wrong, and I'm watching all the other ones just like, fuck.
Dude,
Fuck. I laughed last night.
We got to start this with the topic that we were kind of discussing right when we got down here. And that is, man, this has been fun.
Oh, God, it's been fun.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I love it.
I'm
This
okay
is-
with my bracket being wrecked because that means
Yeah.
that the playoffs weren't predictable.
Right.
Not
and,
at all,
And
man.
like all the teams that were expected to like advance are getting either already eliminated or on the threat.
I felt like last week we made it kind of a negative thing. Oh my God, my brackets are busted, you know, and nobody's doing what we expected them to do. But last night, after I saw that Dallas had beat Nashville, I told my daughter, and she just rolled her eyes, and I said, you know what, though? It reminds me of the saying that is so true. The playoffs are a whole new season. Doesn't
Every
matter how you
time,
got in.
dude.
And we are being
Yeah.
reminded of that over and over this year.
Both top teams on the East and West.
First time ever.
gone.
First time in the history of the NHL that the number one seed from each conference has been knocked out in the first round.
That's insane.
That is insane.
Yeah.
That is insane.
So
And what do you do as the teams that were supposed to just kind of roll through and then you didn't? What kind of changes do you think you make in the offseason? Or do you make any and just say it was an off year? What can you do in Tampa Bay? Honestly, what can you do in Tampa Bay? You've got
put
so
out a
much...
really sad, like the night after,
God.
the morning after.
We know,
text.
there's no words, and we know you don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
So shut the fuck
but
up.
It was, but you were just a thing. You know, like that's how it, like Spit Chicklets wrote something like that on their post on it. They were like, this is how any kind of morning after drunk text looks like.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Dude,
I mean,
What do you do though, man? I mean, seriously, like I sit and I look at that team and I'm like, they're stacked. They've got good cold tending.
Mm-hmm.
I think John Cooper's a good coach. I really do.
yeah.
I did make the comment though that after, like, I think I watched the first period and a half of Game 4, and the first period I thought there was some key opportunities for him to be the coach and really make some calls. Like there was a goal that was scored where I felt like it was questionable, and he could have challenged it, and he just let it go.
Yep.
And I'm thinking, okay, but why? Because I like the guy. I think he gets his players playing really well in his system. But we all know the money's made in the playoffs, man.
you know what's insane though is I feel like we see more of these questionable goals in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And I would not want to be a referee.
No.
Not in the playoffs. Not at
Last
all.
night was a prime example.
Yeah,
that rule that I hate, that fucking intent
See,
rule.
I didn't know that was a rule.
Oh, and yeah. That's the whole. They give the power to the ref. Well, I had the intent to blow the whistle. I just didn't do it. That to me just says I suck at my job. So can I have a do over?
Is that like a cop out kind of thing? You know,
I
It's
guess.
like,
Well, because even the announcers, the goal went in. Now, granted, you did lose sight of it for a split second, but the goal went in immediately. The ref skated behind the net, looked down, and slowly went like this. Didn't even do a full. Just went like timeout.
Yeah.
They went to commercial, came back, and it was in the midst of a challenge from Brindamore, I believe, because it was the Caps that scored it, waved it off, and they said no goal because of intent to blow the whistle.
So now, while I get it, and
I get it. I just don't like it.
No, I think I fall on the other side of this. Because I get your point, and I don't disagree 100%, but the rule itself, I think, is a decent safety net for officiating.
It can be because the game moves so fast.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
That right
and
there,
you've got to keep it moving.
I will accept that. In this situation, though, I think Toronto needs to have the ability to overturn it in that, especially in the playoffs, because it was a very slow trickling play, to be honest.
Right. And again, I'm not saying in this scenario specifically, but intent to blow the whistle is very much a thing that I don't hate, because it's, you get caught in something and you saw something, it might take you a second to process what happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't have a big beef with that. And I think it can be utilized. I think it can be abused.
Yeah.
Which I don't think this was that either.
I don't feel like it was abused last night. And of course we're fans that see a million different replays of it.
Yeah.
He had time. He should have blown. It could have done it there, but you bring up a valid point, and I will give you that, because the game does happen so fast. Still human, still have to make decisions. We've all seen it a few times when a blatant penalty happens and the ref kind of hesitates.
Yeah.
Before he puts it up. Did I see what I think I just saw?
Yeah.
I get that aspect of it. I just think on a bigger stage in the playoffs, there has to be some, I don't know, there has to be some way to veto the veto. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, it is what, that's not what lost the Capitals the game last night.
No.
And that's the one thing I try to look at too, because, man, we've had this conversation, people that bitch and moan about the refs. If you look at the whole game, very rarely does officiating take the game away.
Right.
There are moments that could have swung one way or the other, and a bad call or a missed call or whatever happened. But still, if you look at the whole of that game, very rarely.
You're not wrong again, but it can change the momentum. But you're not wrong. I like I said, in this case, I am in your camp.
Yeah.
With saying that it was an obvious goal. They should have let it happen.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the rule itself is not something that I'm completely opposed to.
Sure. Okay. Well, my balloon's bust. I'm out of here, guys.
No, man, come on. We can't.
Fuck you guys. I'm going home.
We can't agree all the goddamn time. That
I know.
makes for shitty radio.
I just, I'm so hypocritical sometimes, because I'm like, well, the refs are just, they're human. They make mistakes, and then at other times I'm like, fuck you, ref, be better.
Oh well,
You need to be above God.
dude. You know me.
Oh, I know,
You
yeah.
know I will bitch about officiating when I think it's shit.
Now, when we see a lot of shit, WHL. But yeah, I don't know. Once again, I don't believe that was what changed the game. What changed the game last night was Justin Williams.
Oh,
And his leadership for the
100%.
Carolina Hurricanes. That kid, and like I told you guys before we came up here to record,
Those guys want to fucking win. They want to prove to people they're not like
and you know
the
what?
shit
Well,
team in the league.
I had the caps for this, but man, I want them to pull it out.
Oh, yeah.
I
No.
want the
yeah, at this
Hurricanes.
point, I could fucking care less about my bracket. I'm
Bracket's,
like, okay,
bracket's fucked already.
Fuck.
Might as well go for Carolina at this point.
we've already we thought we wouldn't get the Cinderella story of Columbus beating Tampa. Hell, let's throw another Cinderella story in there of lonely old Carolina knocking off the defending champs.
Yeah.
I think it's great,
Dude, if it comes down to, I mean, let's look at this. If it comes down to Dallas and the Sharks in the West, and Winnipeg, or not Winnipeg, Carolina,
and
God damn it, my thing just shut.
it'd be who's Boston or Toronto play? Do they play Columbus?
Yeah, that's
the
what-
Columbus
Yeah,
bracket.
so if it came to, that's what I was trying to say. If it comes down to Carolina and Columbus and Dallas and San Jose, there's going to be some pissed off Canadians. But I don't give a shit.
No, it
that
would
would be
be-
entertaining as all get out.
Fuck yeah,
It would be Carolina and New York
Carolina and the Islanders.
playing.
Second round.
If Carolina advances, that'd be the second round.
No,
So-
I was
we're
talking.
talking third round.
Yeah, I was talking third round.
oh, gotcha.
It's a big if at this point.
Yeah,
Big if.
this was all kinds of speculation.
Yeah.
I'd hate to speculate.
I-
I mean, speculate.
As far as the entertainment level of this year's playoffs go, I cannot think this early of a more entertaining playoffs.
Nope.
To me,
Not
the
even
most
a little
entertainment
bit.
I had was Pittsburgh and Nashville a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is gonna be something, man.
Yeah, it is. It already is. It's you because you have no idea. I think you made the comment, Kyle. That there's nothing predictable about it.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah,
Zero.
Like, this playoff has been just proof that like all these people that like bet on these odds and shit, and
That change daily.
Yeah, like it's not safe.
No.
Nothing is for sure. Like
No.
you can't look at a team that dominated the season
Right.
and think they can go far in the playoffs.
Gary Bettman's got to be licking his chops right now, though, because of all those
man.
new partnerships with betting, with sports betting.
Oh
now.
yeah.
And he's got to be thinking, man, this year the money's rolling in.
Coming this
How many
way.
people
Coming
bet
this way.
at least a G on Tampa to win it all,
Right.
and just done. But think about the guy that put like $5 on Columbus to win it all, because
Yeah.
or for Columbus to win the first round,
Yeah.
But,
Dude, this is I don't know. Carolina just is going
I
back
like
to
Carolina.
that. Is they look hungry, man. I'm loving it.
I like the story in Carolina. I mean, mostly because it's close to where my hometown was for a while.
I feel like Washington probably felt like they were going to manhandle Carolina before they
Yeah.
went into the playoffs.
I think you're seeing TJ Oshie is a big difference, and with him out of the lineup, that's big. Ovi last night towards the end of the game looked like 20-year-old Ovi.
A child.
Yeah.
Huh?
A child.
Yeah, he did, and that was one of the things that impressed me about him last year was he kept his poise the whole way through, never seemed to get ruffled. You know?
Yeah.
The big surprising stat to me last night, what was that, Game 6? That last night was the first Tom Wilson penalty of the whole series.
Oh wow.
Interesting.
A slashing penalty in the second period. That first one he took that whole series. I said, wow, has he turned over a new leaf?
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
He still has career time.
Yeah,
Go.
right.
There's still time.
So many storylines right now, though, with the playoffs.
Yeah.
So we got...
What if we talk not playoffs?
Huh?
What if we talk not playoffs?
Not playoffs?
Not playoffs.
Are you over it?
No. I'm talking. There's the big news. Otherwise, as in up in old.
Everybody's
Hockey Town.
talked about Stevie Y going to Hockey
I
Town.
want to talk about
man.
it more because I was fucking right. From
Nothing
the
like
day,
being the minority
day he
am-
left Tampa. I was
You
like, he's
called
going
it.
to Detroit.
Nothing like being the minority among Wing fans around here. No, you're right. Yeah, let's talk about that. That is huge news. It's huge news. When it broke, I mean, I wasn't surprised because I truly did believe you. It was a pipe dream to want him to come to Seattle just because Stevie Y.
Yeah. I mean, it's
You
not,
know?
and just the way the timelines are, it
Right.
It lines up to where it's possible.
The writing
But-
really was on the wall. You did say that
But
the
if
one thing
you-
that surprised you was Ken Holland's still around. But
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's kind of like when Paul Holmgren was fired in Philadelphia or whatever. He was still around as president.
Yeah.
When they brought in the new GM.
I mean, if you're Steve Yzerman and you're thinking go back to Detroit or go to Seattle, like
you got to go to
what
Detroit.
are you going to do?
You got
You
it.
gotta
Yeah,
go
you
to
got
When
go
you've
home.
been the
gotta go home.
longest serving captain in NHL history, and
You're already a god.
you've got what 3 Stanley Cups? You had 3 Stanley Cups with them?
Yep. As the captain. And here's the thing, too. It's not like you're coming home saying, well, I'm going to try my best, guys. Well, he's already got a proven track record as a GM in Tampa.
Yeah.
He turned that team around.
He did. He completely
They were
turned
at the
that team
bottom.
around.
They were at the bottom.
They
when
did-
he walked in.
They did well early 2000s. They won the cup, and then all of a sudden they shit the
Tanked.
bed for how long? And you're right.
Yeah.
Then they brought him in, and they've done nothing but good. And I think what I like about Stevie Y is he's a patient man.
Yeah.
And there's gonna
He
be a lot of
understands
fans.
the long game.
There's gonna be a lot of fans that might not like that because we want to win now. We want to be the glorious Wings. Well, do you want to win now, or do you want to wait a few years and go on another incredible 25 years plus straight in the playoffs?
That's what I want.
That's what you're aiming for.
and you know what I said early on, what was it, earlier this season?
Yeah.
I said give it another like 5 years, Detroit
Yeah.
will be back in the playoffs.
Yep.
Yep.
So
That's how I feel about Philly right now.
No, dude, you're absolutely right. And then you dropped the rumor on me earlier that he's
bringing in
Sergei.
Fedorov. So
I mean,
that
we
was-
don't know what
it's a
capacity
rumor.
with that
It's a
one,
rumor.
right?
So
That'd be great. I love
Yeah.
Fedorov, man. I've
just
always
bring them all
liked
back.
Fedorov.
We'll get Brett Hull. We'll get Shanahan.
Yeah.
We'll bring them all back.
If you're Jeff Blashill, are you worried right now? Because you just signed a 3-year contract, right? 3 or 1. I forget what the
I
contract
think
extension
it's just a
was.
one.
Ooh.
I
See,
can't
as a
remember.
coach signing a 1-year contract extension, I would immediately be worried. But I really do believe that Yzerman's going to let him stay. And
Yeah.
why not?
I think so.
Blashill hasn't been the problem.
Blashill's not bad. He really isn't. Like
Who he just got named coach of Team USA for the World
Yeah.
Championships.
Yeah, he's not a bad coach. It's just he's got a lot of young, inexperienced talent,
Yeah.
and then you got guys like Abdelkader who's just fallen short of expectations. And
well, but this is exactly what that needs. That's the exact guidance you want in the front office.
Isn't his back? He was with Grand Rapids for a while, right?
Yep.
Blashill before he came up, so he knows
the
system of
Yep.
working with young talent.
Yeah.
In the AHL.
Yeah,
So-
and then but that's what I'm saying is you add Steve to that, man,
Right.
and you've got
and
this
you
is-
fucking pull at that ear as
Oh,
much
I
as you
think-
can.
yeah.
Man.
I think we're going to see some pretty big transactions going on this summer. for
So
Detroit.
do you, when you say transactions, do you think the trades are for future draft picks? Do you think the trades are for seasoned veterans? What do you think?
I'd say a mix of both.
Yeah.
Like the one thing that Ken Holland did really well back when Detroit was still in its like legacy era was he knew which veterans to plug in.
Yeah.
He knew which ones was needed for the team who were going to be really cohesive with everyone else.
It wasn't just wasted money hoping.
No, it
worked
wasn't
out.
just like, hey, let's just get Yager and see what happens.
Yeah.
Like every other time fucking Yager's been somewhere.
Right.
Which, by the way, I mean, he didn't do awful, but like, the last couple teams he was with, it just wasn't really clicking that well.
He just wasn't keeping up with the speed of the game, in my opinion.
No. I mean, we all love Yags, but
Yeah, because you just had like 4 goals in one of his KHL team's championship game or
Yeah.
whatever reason.
Yeah.
He's still playing. He's still doing all right.
Yeah. So, but I think Ken Holland used to have a really good eye for it, and then just lately, it just hasn't worked out for him. And he kind of tried to go the route of using young talent instead of relying on veterans, and it just wasn't. I mean, really, the Wings don't have leadership right now. They don't
Yeah.
have a lot. Like I'd say, I imagine Cronwall might be the captain next year.
Yeah.
But
I feel like
we
there was-
had no captain this year for Detroit, and then I mean, who else? Who else would it be if it's not Cronwall? Like Abdelkader? No.
Well, I don't know if you guys agree with me or not, but I feel like when Zetterberg left earlier than what they expected him to leave, and there was
Yeah.
no contingency plan
Yep.
for that.
It was unexpected.
Yeah. Well, because it was health issues. I mean,
Yeah.
it wasn't like you're watching,
Like his,
people.
I think it was like his spine or something. It had some kind of degenerative disease or something.
Yeah,
like that.
and we know what those back injuries can. I mean, look what
Yeah.
happened to Lemieux. Lemieux would have given Gretzky a huge run for his money if Lemieux would have played healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
I
between
just-
the back and the lymphoma and all that, or the Hodgkins. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's sad to see guys like Zetterberg just kind of fade away. Like he didn't
Yeah.
leave on any kind of high note or anything. He just
Yeah.
kind of had to stop and.
as a non-Wings fan, it was sad to see because I love Zetterberg's story. I mean, drafted in the 7th round, to become one of the greatest players.
And that's the other thing too. It's like everybody always has this buzz around the draft and like how like well these picks are going to do and stuff, and it's like it's not always these guys.
No.
Like once you go into the show, it's like it can turn on some new shit for people. So.
Well, and that's exactly right. And it's the lower end guys that haven't been. They haven't let and don't. I'm not saying this across the board, but the guys who haven't had I'm hot shit. I'm getting drafted in the first round. Like those guys, it's the guys who still have to want it. The guys who still have to hunger for it.
Yeah,
those cats turn into the beasts, man.
Oh yeah,
a lot of times.
And I'm not trying to downplay the order of the draft by any means, because we've seen a lot of really good early draft picks do really well.
Yep.
But I think guys like Zetterberg, it's kind of like the diamond in the rough kind of thing. It's like the one that just kind of flourishes. And I think we talked about even like guys like Chris Draper last week. I think we talked about him.
Yeah.
Bought for $1 by Winnipeg.
Yep.
So
yeah.
I think,
never know.
Yeah,
you never know.
Sure. So yeah, we'll see what happens come draft time. So I don't know. We wanted to dip back into playoffs. I kind of derailed us. Yeah, fuck it.
We already know.
Fuck it.
Well, and here's the thing too. By the time this posts, like the first round will be over. So we got 3 game sevens tonight, one tomorrow.
Okay, let's jump into second round, dude. I am actively excited about Dallas St. Louis.
That's going to be a good one. I'm going to buy myself a Blues hat this week.
I think it'll be because
I'm going to have to root for the Blues. That's my home state, Missouri. So
I think it's going to be a violent series.
It's got the makings of it. And you know what's funny is all year long for Dallas, everybody was like, well, the Ben, Seguin, Radulov line, they can't do shit. They can't do shit. Well, the thing is, they've become that line that nobody can shut down.
Yep.
And can I ask a question? I don't know if you guys have ever made this observation. Does Radulov not look like he's still actively in the Russian mob? Like, if you look at him, doesn't he look like he's been hardened in the back alleys of Moscow?
So
there's more of them, right?
What?
Is it? How many?
Is it Alexander?
Alexander.
Alex Radulov? But I see him on the bench, and he's got that look of, oh, shit, you don't hit this guy on the ice because he'll last Boy Scout your ass.
Dude, that's just the
you don't like my mother's bush?
Look!
Yeah.
You don't like my mother's bush?
He's the machine.
He eats his mother's borscht.
There was
borscht.
The Stars.
He slurps it. He doesn't eat it because there's no front teeth. So.
The Stars the other day posted some pictures. There were some Dallas Cowboys that were hanging out with the team
Look
before
at
the
this
game.
rough-looking dude.
And
yeah,
I'm telling you, man, every time I see him. But all these Cowboys players, like Jamie Benz with them, he's like, hey. And then he gets to Radulov. He's standing there like this. He's like, who the fuck are these guys? I will slit your throats.
He is the
great.
Russian space station.
Yeah.
This is how we fix things.
Because I want to go home.
Dude,
here's the other thing, too. Am I the only one? No, I know I'm not the only one. But do you guys ever watch, and I think it was actually Radulov that made me think about this. You know when you're in the visiting building and you score a goal and you go over and you slam the glass with your shoulder? Do you guys ever wish the camera would stay a little bit longer on the fans to watch their reactions?
Yeah.
It's been great.
What camera I greatly desire is the beer on the boards cam.
Oh yeah,
I need somebody in every arena to just zoom in and especially during warm-ups when they can fuck around. People putting beer on the boards next to the glass and watching it as the players just bump it and it just spills everywhere.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's so good. It's so satisfying.
The greatest one I saw this season.
It's always like a bro, He's like, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, what the?
I didn't know that was going to happen. I thought these things were removable boards. What the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Bro, you owe me a new beer.
Just buy me a beer. I need $10 right now.
I need another Miller Lite.
You're a filthy liar.
Dude, no, it's Bud Light Lime. You know it's Bud Light Lime. Don't fuck around.
It's Corona.
Oh.
It's Corona.
Bro, I need a new Corona Rita.
The best one I saw this year, though, was a Philly Pittsburgh game, and I think it was Couturier had scored in overtime to win the game. Bumps up against the glass, and because it's overtime, the camera kind of stays on for a second. You see this 90-year-old grandma, second row. She goes, and just double flips him off. And I was just like, that is so good.
I like your spirit lady.
Yeah.
But
What are you doing later?
I'm pretty sure it was Radulov the other night who did it in Nashville, and the fans, because you see them, they sit there and they're like, and as soon as he hits the glass, like the steam just comes out.
Oh, yeah.
And they're jumping at the glass, and it's great. I love it. Way to have passion, fans, you bastards.
Nah, it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. No, I'm just saying, man. That is a run that I didn't expect to see, and I'm
stoked for
thrilled.
Dallas St. Louis. I'm with you.
Yeah.
And I'm serious. I'm going to order a Blues hat this week and,
Yep.
and rock it, man. So there's my pick for that one. Speaking of fans, Boston fans got a little chippy this week, putting up wanted
my
signs
God.
all over Boston
Oh, my
saying
God, dude.
NHL's biggest scumbag, Nazem Kadri.
I think it's funny.
I think it's funny, too.
Oh, it was hilarious.
Yeah.
I forget
Like,
what it said he
I think that
was
stuff's-
wanted for.
That
but
stuff's fun. Like having that kind of like playoff rivalry.
Oh, it's awesome.
You know, the city getting involved, the fans getting involved. It's fun.
Do you think Kadri's back in Toronto next year?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm just saying that was a headline the other day.
Is
when-
he going to be a UFA or what?
I don't know. I'm not exactly sure, and I believe his suspension right now is just for this first round, right? So
Yeah.
he could be back second round.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If.
But does Toronto try to move him if he's not?
Yeah. I don't know.
See, I don't know a whole lot about him, to be honest with you. And every time I see him, I feel like he's pretty good. But then I start to learn
He's one of those-
he's a pretty dirty player. Actually,
He's one of those skilled players that fucks his own game up by being an asshole. Like fucking what's his name?
Wilson.
No guy. Well, Wilson too.
Yeah.
But I'm talking more of Martian.
Did you guys...
Oh, Brad Marchand. Yeah, Marchand.
Yeah, Martian. Well, he's bitching about the ice the whole time, too.
Yeah, fuck him.
Yeah, when you start bitching about the ice, that's just like
That's
you're
like
missing
taking
the
a shot
point,
and
dude.
missing the net and then looking at your stick.
So I had...
Yeah, right.
Like it's your
right.
stick's
Oh,
fault.
what did you do?
Come on, motherfuckers! It's April. All over the country, it's getting warm. There's going to be bad ice. Deal
Dude,
with it. You play on that same ice year
People
round.
don't understand how much the outside weather actually affects the ice
Oh no,
inside.
I get it. Especially
Like-
in places where it's super humid.
Like
The humidity's the biggest.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well,
Vegas, they got no problem keeping that ice because it's so fucking dry there.
yeah, but all summer, like we at the rink, we tell people not to go out the side door.
Because it lets the
people prop the door open and they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna bring in my gear from the truck," and
yeah.
They prop the door open, and I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, it's hot outside.
Yeah.
It does not take long for that heat to just get in here and stay in here.
Yeah.
This place is insulated."
Somebody flew a drone, not me, but somebody flew a drone over the main ice one year, a few years ago, and hovered it pretty close, and you could watch it melting the ice.
Yeah.
Because of the downdraft of that
Oh,
air
yeah.
directly on the ice. Ice was getting mushy at that point.
There is a science to it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Believe it or not, there's a science to freezing fucking water.
Absolutely, man. You talk about, who is it? Either Montreal or Toronto. I think Montreal's got the guy that's been around for like 90 years, and he's so good. And the ice in Montreal, there's never an issue with it. And Montreal can get hot and humid a lot.
Oh, yeah.
But you never have to worry about the ice in Montreal, ever. It's a science.
Soon, our ice is going to be pretty nice.
Yeah. How close is that plant, or the new plant, to being done?
Whenever we kick all the compressors back
Like, is it installed, ready to go?
Most of it is, yeah.
Cool.
I think, it'll be ready by the time we ice back in at the Toyota Arena.
Well, I figured.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, everything's delivered, everything's in, it's hooked up, power's running.
I don't know about
Chemicals
all that,
are
but
mixed.
it's built.
Cool. I guess that's what I'm
built.
saying. Is it built?
Yeah, it's built.
It's off the
I
flat.
don't know
it's
its like
built.
exact status, but
Okay.
It's ready to rock, dude.
There's no
Yeah.
question that it'll be ready to go for everything. When is it going to flip on for Rink B? When do you guys take
we
Rink
ice
B
out. We ice out in June.
For what, 2 weeks?
5 weeks.
5 weeks?
Yeah, so 4 weeks for maintenance, 1 week for ice in,
Gotcha.
and then or
excited?
probably 2 weeks for ice
You
in.
excited? You Zamboni nerd?
Yeah,
You excited to see what it can do?
yeah. I'm wondering how much it's going to change things. How much it's going to change as far as like our procedure and how long it's going to take to actually put the ice in. Because normally we got to sit there and watch it fucking freeze.
This, you think it's going to be almost an instant thing?
Oh yeah,
Sweet.
yeah.
Awesome.
So, but I'm wondering how much it's going to like change the procedure. So we'll see.
Here's another fun fact that we've talked about. City of Kennewick, you still got room for one more sheet of ice. Just keep that in mind.
Just saying.
Just
There's a
saying.
big field out there. We could put fucking 8 sheets if we wanted, but
Well, yeah, and you saw like Vista, they broke ground on all the shit they want to do at the old airport over there. Like
Yeah.
that area is going to be huge here soon.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
Good on you. WHL playoffs real quick. I was right. Spokane's going to lose.
You're on point.
2-0. Vancouver's up, and it hasn't been Drummond's. They've just been beating them 4-1 and 4-2.
I'm not gonna lie. I checked out on it.
Did you? Well, no, I'm not. I haven't.
After the apps were out, like I'll see the WHL post once in a while, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, that's still going on.
Usually about 10:30 at night, right as I'm drifting off, I'm like, I think they played tonight. Let me go check. And then I'll be like, okay, cool, yeah. The one thing I can say about Spokane is I thought Spokane manhandled Everett, and now they were up 2-0 in game 1 through the second period, and they allowed Vancouver to score 4 goals in 3.5 minutes in the third period.
Ugh.
That's just a shit the bed sort of moment, man.
Yeah.
You don't do that shit. Edmonton and Prince Albert are tied 1-1. So, cool. Have no idea what's happening in the OHL. Have no idea what's happening in the Q. Let's talk women's hockey for a
I was
second.
about to say,
That was, oh my God.
like,
we were all on
Seattle
the same
news.
page.
I'm stoked for this NHL team coming to Seattle, but it adds a whole nother level of excitement to me thinking that the NWHL could be coming as well, and why the fuck not? Like, I've thought about how Seattle in the Northwest has embraced, is it the Storm?
Yeah.
That's the women's basketball team, right? They've won like 3 or 4 championships. They've done really well.
They're awesome.
People have embraced that, and dude, it's so ripe right now, especially with the CWHL folding, NWHL looking to take over some of those. NWHL obviously has some money to invest and to grow.
And now's the time.
Oh, I'm
now's
excited.
exactly the time, dude. And if we'll be all over that. But
Fuck
I'm
yeah.
I'm
Fuck
excited, dude.
I was just on NWHL2Seattle.com. I just saw this morning they've got merch. I'm going to go order some because I want to rock that. I want it to happen. I really want
send me
it.
that link, dude.
Okay. But yes, and I forget who I was reading about. Sorry, hold on, stand by. Pulling some stuff up right now. I'm trying to see
professionals.
I'm trying. Yeah, I'm always tugging at stuff to get it up. I'm trying to find out who is behind this right now, because there is a very, very serious investor that's leading this charge right now.
For the NWHL
Yeah,
to
for the
Seattle?
NWHL to come. Damn it. Dan Brown, I need you now, man, because you would know a lot about this.
Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah.
I'm-
Blonde.
yeah.
What's her name?
It's coming up here, too.
Okay. Sorry, internet. We live in the Tri-Cities, and internet doesn't always
I
work.
turn my Wi-Fi off. That'll help.
NWHL to Seattle.
Kelly Steffens Teisland.
Cool. And where
And
does it
Paige
give?
Nottingham
Does it? Oh, I remember that name, Paige Nottingham.
from the Washington Wild.
Okay. Which our buddy Dan is involved with them. Does it say what the background, like where they're at now? Like where would the investments come from with them? I don't know if it gives a synopsis of that. Anyway, NWHL2Seattle.com. Go check it out. They're all over social media right now. There is a major push. I would imagine if they do this right, they could probably have a team in there in 2021.
Oh, yeah.
To coincide with the new team. Did you guys see the pictures of the progress inside of the arena?
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty impressive.
Oh, yeah, it's
I
moving right
hear
along.
it's been delayed a little bit.
It's been delayed by like a couple months, and the price has gone up. Everybody knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
Not the delay necessarily, but the price going up, shit, going to happen.
Yeah.
So that's why you have private investors that are taking care of it and no tax money, because everybody would be throwing a fit if it was tax money right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a guy, Brian Lease, who is the photographer for the Seattle Thunderbirds, was part of a tour, and he went in and took a bunch of pictures of it. They brought the model, the 3D model out of what it's going to look like. I'm stoked, man.
Yeah.
I'm really stoked. I'm not stoked to look for parking around Seattle Center.
No.
But that's what the
Park
light
outside,
rail is
yeah,
for.
take the link in.
That's what that's for. No, we'll take the slut in.
Oh, the old monorail?
No, the slut. The South Lake Union Transit.
Oh. I just link
Streetcar.
it. I link it everywhere.
The link doesn't take you that far, though. The light rail? The light rail
Yeah.
takes you
Yeah,
as
you're right,
far
you're
as, what's that mall?
I never go there. I keep thinking
I like the slut. I like to ride the slut, to be
And
honest.
we're back to traffic.
No, but that is, you're right, though. I forgot about the monorail as well. That's another.
Yeah, that one goes like, but I don't know like
What's
where.
the name of that place? It's right by there's a hotel I used to stay in up there a lot downtown. Anyway, it's good. It's better. You can go all the way from the airport to downtown.
Yeah, you Google Maps it. Just say you want to take a train or some shit. It'll show you where you go.
Or Uber.
Or go into
Fuck it.
Google and say, I want to ride the slut and see what that pulls up for you.
I think I did an Uber from like a couple weeks ago. I went from I can't remember what they call it now. Museum of Pop Culture.
Yeah.
I went from there down to the pier. And it was
Did you see
like
Did you see the
$7.
Prince exhibit?
No, it was closed.
Oh.
I didn't get to go in because it was like kind of later in the day.
Well, I'm going up next weekend, and
I love that place.
I'm going. It'll be my first time ever going there, so I'm excited.
Really?
To the Pop Museum.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That place is really rad, dude.
I try to go every time I'm in Seattle because there's something new every time.
First time we went in there, the big thing that caught my eye. Now we're talking other stuff, but the guitar. Display
the
they
tornado.
have upside. Yeah, the guitar
Yeah.
tornado. That was pretty awesome. And the Nirvana exhibit had just gone live when I went in there,
nice.
and I was like, "Damn, I feel old, man."
I went there during the Star Wars exhibit, the Star Trek exhit.
The downstairs
the
was the
Marvel
big
exhibit.
sci-fi thing. The first time,
that's
I
all
went
still there.
There's
That's
a,
all still
there's a
So
battle,
sci-fi,
there was
the
a-
horror.
There was a Battlestar Galactica one for a while too.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't
they
see
had
that
a-
one.
they had a
Well, they still
full-on-
have a bunch of stuff from
Yeah.
like, Battlestar Galactica. And, like you go downstairs and there's like I think 3 or 4 different exhibits that are more permanent.
Yeah.
So it's like sci-fi, horror, fantasy, and I think there's one more, but I can't remember what it is. But yeah, like, and then they have like the upstairs area is all like a rotating exhibit, and then there's like a Seahawks one, and there's a Kurt Cobain one.
Did they still have the Nirvana one? That one's probably that was
I think that's more permanent.
5 years ago. It was right
Yeah.
next door to the Jimi Hendrix one too.
Yeah, it's more permanent. As far as I know.
Anyway, if you're in Seattle and it's 2021 and you're going to a NHL Seattle game, walk over because it's like half a mile from there. It's all in Seattle.
There's
Center,
a
like
lot
right
of.
now.
I mean,
Yeah, I've
we're
got
not
an interview.
We're talking about Seattle stuff. But I mean, at the same time, it's where hockey's coming.
This is where I'm going to have to leave everybody. I'll let you guys wrap up the episode.
Man. Go be an adult.
I have to
bitch.
go hire somebody for the store. So
I'm right here, man.
Yeah, did you get my application?
I did not.
Son of a bitch. All right, Mr.
It
Gaston.
didn't have a cover letter.
Mr.
So
Manager.
I will bid you guys a fond adieu. Don't forget to pitch Garagerama.
Have fun storming the castle.
I will.
Okay.
If I give you a resume as a D&D character sheet, will you accept that?
Absolutely.
He will hire you on the
As
spot.
a matter of fact, the new website for the store is going live. Actually, it's up, and we're kind of still working on some stuff.
Okay.
There's going to be an employees page that's going to have D&D character sheets for all the employees.
That's rad.
But I want everybody's stats to be accurate.
Yeah.
So, like, my dex is a -1, but my charisma is a +5.
Have fun, buddy.
But yeah, like I was saying, we're talking about Seattle stuff, but at the same time, it's like
Oh,
if
yeah.
you're going to a game in Seattle, this is some of the cool shit.
Seattle Center's really rad, dude. I mean, that's where they do, what's that big music festival they do every Labor Day weekend?
Oh,
there?
God.
I always want to call it, I always want to say it's Coachella. Is it Running Man?
I don't remember.
No.
I always miss it because I'm at PAX.
Yeah.
PAX is Labor Day weekend every year. So.
Yeah, I forget. Maybe that music festival is like the week before. But honestly, Seattle Center is a really rad place.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What's the glass museum? The Chuli?
I don't know how to pronounce that. But yeah. The
Chubata,
Glass Museum.
Chubata,
Yeah.
Chupacabra. I don't know.
Chupacabra.
Honestly, and you got the needle. I don't do the needle, man. I don't do heights very well, to be honest with
So
you.
I went a couple
I
weeks
saw,
ago.
and you were on the glass floor.
Yeah. So they took out the restaurant. Apparently, I don't know if it wasn't doing
One
well.
of them, right? Or
No, that's
oh, it's gone.
Yeah, yeah.
The
it's
one that
gone.
used to rotate.
Yeah,
It's gone.
yeah.
Man,
So I think that's just a temporary thing because I think they're going to do some new stuff. But it was cool because they had the glass floor in where the restaurant was.
yeah,
So that was still like the rotating part.
right.
So I'd never been down there because I'd never like had reservations because it's fucking expensive. But
Oh yeah,
yeah, that was a trip. I was not like I've got like 500 hours in the back of a Blackhawk, right?
yeah.
But like certain heights kind of freak me out. And standing on glass,
Yeah.
I'm not cool with.
That's the thing. I don't know what it is. Flying, I have no problem. I was in flight school. It's not a big deal. Roller coasters, I have no problem. I think it's
love
because
roller
I'm
coasters.
strapped in and I feel very safe.
Yeah,
It was
and if you fall off, you know that you'll have a fun little flight, and then it's just all
And
over.
then it's over. Yeah, exactly. Top of the Empire State Building, didn't have a problem with it because the top of the Empire State Building, as you're standing there, there's like this mesh all the way around it.
Yep.
So you feel safe. The glass shit. When I was in Toronto, when I was like 14 or 15, my parents went up in the CN Tower, which is like the observation deck is like 1,200 feet, double the height of the Needle.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, there's a glass floor up there. I'm like, can I just stay in the room and get room service? Because I don't want to go up there. Like, are you serious?
We did the tower in Calgary too.
Oh, yeah.
And it had a glass floor.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
Yeah.
But I think the Space Needle actually was. I got over it, and I walked on the glass and I kind of filmed it and stuff, and it looks cool just the way the Space Needle's built, and it has that kind of like sloping, it was really cool.
Well, my dad told me the same thing with the CN Tower because much like the Needle, it's got, I think it's 3 kind of things holding it, but it's all like concrete pillars going down, and they were up there at night. So my dad said honestly, it wasn't that bad at night.
Yeah.
Because all you see is a bunch of lights and stuff. But he did say, he was like, I did kind of freeze for a second. And then there was like this 100-year-old Asian lady that just walking back and forth on it.
Yeah, some people are totally unfazed by it. I don't
just
get
don't
it.
care.
Yeah.
Like that, was it Chicago, top of the Sears Tower or whatever it's called now. They have that glass box
Yeah.
that you can walk out in.
Okay.
Fuck that shit.
So, and then what the Space Needle did is the rails that they had on the observation deck, they replaced it with glass panes, and it's slanted outward. And there were kids just like jumping
it
up
far
on
into
it.
that.
No,
Oh
they
my
were like,
God.
there was a kid that was like jumping off of it, and I was like, "You're insane, child!" like,
Fuck.
I couldn't do it. Like I couldn't even like lean against it. I was like, nope.
Yeah.
I would be that one like freak accident.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
See, that's the
always
thing.
worried
That's
about.
the thing with me, man. I'm like, it's safe, but
But
there's always that one
there's
time.
always that one time when you read about like someone like the train car on the roller coaster went unhinged and 8 people died. I'd be one of them. I'd be one of them.
Yeah. So anyway,
when you're in
back
Seattle
to-
going to an NHL game, go to the
go enjoy the glass floor. You'll be
enjoy-
completely safe.
Nothing wrong with it. It's fine.
I am excited though.
I will say, one thing about Seattle that I really like, and if you're listening and you plan to see a game in Seattle, there's a lot of really fun touristy stuff to do. Like, I'm not a big touristy, gimmicky shit kind of person. Whenever I traveled, I like to go to cities that, A, didn't really attract a lot of tourists, and B, just had more of that like homeland feel. So when you're in Seattle, though, I highly recommend you do the Ride the Ducks. It's actually kind of fun. It's
Because
informative.
nothing ever goes wrong with that.
Well, okay, so they've had a couple of incidents, but since then they've taken measures to help prevent that. So like what happened prior when they had that accident, back then they only had one person driving and doing the tour. So they were talking and driving at the same time and trying to pay attention and engage with people.
Right.
Now they've got 2 people. So they got like 2 like little captains,
Right.
On each boat. So
Well, and the scrutiny that they were under, they couldn't operate now without changing everything procedural wise.
yep. So
I have heard though it's fun.
Oh,
And for you guys
I
that
had a
don't
great
know for you guys that don't know what it is, it's an amphibious sort of vehicle. You drive through town, and then all of a sudden you pull up to a boat launch, and your vehicle becomes a boat.
Yep.
And then you're out in the Puget
They
Sound.
were from World War II. They were amphibious vehicles from
Okay.
World War II.
Yeah.
And they'll take you around the city. You'll learn a lot about the city, a lot of really interesting stuff. Like Seattle burned to the ground one time.
Yeah. That's another thing to do when you go to
the Great Seattle Fire. Yep.
Go to Pioneer Square, and you can
Yep.
do the underground tour,
Yep.
which is fabulous.
Yes, I have not done that yet. Actually,
It's very cool.
I haven't. I really like to.
And then they just built. Yeah, when you say it burned down, then they just built on top of it.
Yep. They'll take you down by the pier. They'll take you down to the first Starbucks. They'll take you out on Lake Washington or Union. I can't remember which one. I think it's Lake Washington.
North end
Yeah.
of town, Lake Union.
Okay.
Lake
okay.
Washington's the floating bridge you drive across.
Oh! You're
when
right.
you
You're
come
right.
into
Okay.
town.
Yep. Okay. I was confused the two.
I know.
There's a lot of water up there.
There's a lot of water.
But it's really fascinating. There's all kinds of cool stuff, and take the family, take the kids.
Yeah.
They'd really like it.
Take a seaplane tour as well. A
oh,
little
I-
pricey, but fun.
Yeah. I haven't done that yet, but I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
because I've never been on a seaplane. I think
That's
it'd be
so cool.
Really cool. Yeah. So I'm excited for Seattle hockey because there's going to be a lot of fun reasons to visit Seattle, and
just go to the market too. I mean, that's one of the biggest. People know about the fish
staple.
Well, they know about the fishmongers, but when I first went into that market when I was 15, I knew about the fishmongers, and all that stuff. But then as you start to go through, now granted, the market now is not what it was 20 years ago. There's a lot of businesses that haven't made it.
Yeah.
But there's like 4 or 5 floors of businesses in there. The top floor is really just the public market.
There is a legit magic shop.
Yeah,
down there.
The Northwest Collectibles, I think it's called, or the Emerald City Collectibles.
I forget what it's. I know exactly which store you're talking about.
It's on the back end.
Yeah, it's kind of
right by the gum wall.
Yeah, it's kind of in a corner.
But it's incredible, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, there's all collectibles in there. But you got to do the market.
It's
if
very,
you feel
very
like I can't
unique.
do a touristy thing, the only real touristy thing is that sign. The market is huge.
Yeah,
it's huge.
And you never know. Like just 2 days ago,
I about nut my pants when I heard that.
Dave Grohl
just shows up and plays an acoustic set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just showed up. Played. Yeah.
Just
he was,
Dave
I mean, he
Grohl.
was disguised at first.
Yeah, but just Dave Grohl hang out in front of the fish market there.
Yep. I was there one day while James Franco was there.
Nice.
I didn't see him, but
Yeah.
I saw it on Instagram later on.
If you've seen Sleepless in Seattle, which I have, I'm not ashamed to admit it. I love that movie. I'm a big Tom Hanks fan. But the scene where they're in the restaurant, that restaurant is in the market.
Yeah.
When he walks outside and they're going down the hill and he says, "How's my butt?" That's right up the street from the market there. Free Willy. The fishmongers that the little kids stole the fish from to go feed Willie. Those were all guys that worked at the fish market.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's so much history there. And that market, I think it's the longest running public market in the U.S., if I remember right.
Yep.
So, and great products there. Northwest Flair.
A lot
everywhere.
a lot of like handmade stuff.
Yep.
Like,
and the whole first floor is just fresh produce, fresh flowers. Chucker Cherries has got a booth there, food. But then as you go down in, if you're ever there, go down and check out the bowels of the place.
oh yeah, there's some really interesting and fun stores to go into.
Yep.
So
here's the point. Fucking 2021, come to Seattle.
yeah, I bookmarked this episode.
Yes.
and when you go to Seattle, remember us and like
For real.
look back and maybe even let us know you're going.
We'll party.
Yeah.
We'll come up there and hang out with you. It's only 3 hours from where we're at. So,
Yeah.
What else? Now that we've turned into a tourist talk show,
Yeah. There wasn't really a whole lot I came loaded with today.
me neither. The playoffs were the
We've
big
got
one.
3 Game 7s today and tomorrow. Well, I mean, 2 tonight, 1 tomorrow.
Hey, 4 Game 7s in the first round. It's pretty incredible.
Dude, I can't even predict it.
I know.
I can't even look at a game and say I think this team's going to win.
The Vegas San Jose game is in San Jose, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be tough.
The Vegas is 1 in San Jose.
Sure. I'm not saying they can't. I look at Marty Jones though from the other night. He was the one that stole that game.
If he does anything like he did the other night, then it's going to
over.
be someone else going on.
Exactly. But can he? Double overtime, almost 60 saves.
Yeah.
Who else do we got? Boston and Toronto game 7. I'm going to give it to Boston. I really am.
I don't even know.
I'm going to give it to Boston just because I feel like they've got some more experience there.
Rask is as much as I love Rask,
He's been suspect.
He's one of the most inconsistent goalies I've ever seen.
I know. Nice
at that skill
tries
level.
hard. He has real shit games sometimes.
Yeah.
And Freddie Anderson's had a good first round.
Yeah. And now Washington, Carolina.
I'm giving it to Washington.
I just want Carolina to win.
I do too. I'm going to give it to Washington because I think they'll finally say, "Oh shit,
Yeah.
we can do this. We should do this."
They're like, we're going to end up like fucking Tampa if we don't pull our heads out of our asses.
Yeah. I will say though, if Carolina wins, fuck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the other thing too. Whatever happens, I'm good with it, man.
Yeah.
I would like to see. I'm still kind of in the back of my. I did pick San Jose to go on, but in the back of my head, I'm thinking I kind of want those hooligans there in the Outcasts in Vegas to go on and do it all this year. I know how you feel about it.
Well, of course.
What's the other game 7? Boston, Toronto.
We got him. We covered him.
So there's 2 tonight, 1 tomorrow.
Yep.
Okay.
So tonight is
So
Vegas.
3 game 7s.
Tonight's Vegas,
San Jose,
and
Boston,
Toronto.
Toronto.
Yep. Tomorrow's Washington, Carolina.
And that's the only ones. The other 6 or other 5
Everyone
series are
else
already
is-
done.
Everyone's set.
Okay, well, next week we'll be talking round 2 a little bit. I'm buying my St. Louis Blues hat this week to rock my home state.
I got a Vegas hat I got my eye on because this one I'm wearing right now is kind of bright, and I wore it for photography the other night, and I was like, I'm standing out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, but I love that hat, dude.
It's such a great hat.
I don't know how you can do better than that hat.
Yeah, it's tough. I got this for Christmas from my Canadian family, as I like to call them, and it's hard to not wear this hat in any situation because it's comfy. It's I just love the trucker style, like not like the old like first grade baseball team, where like
the snapback that never worked because all the little snaps came off.
Yeah,
of it.
the snaps came off. Like I don't like that far into the trucker thing, but I like the mesh back.
It's a great looking hat.
I had a Red Wings one.
Got it.
I had a Red Wings one just like this, and I lost it in Sweden.
I think I made the comment when we first started the podcast. I wish every team would get on board. I wish the NHL would do something like that for every team.
Well, yeah, and it's kind of like a cool little like cursive Vegas thing on it, and it's got the little logo. And
I know a guy that owns an apparel company. I wonder if they can make that happen. We'll have to see. We can't use names, obviously, because, licensing and all that shit.
Yeah.
I'd have to take out a 4th and 5th mortgage and sell a kidney or 4.
You've got that many. It's fine.
Yeah, that's true. I got kids. They don't need 2 kidneys. Wow, if I did that, I could get 5 kidneys.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow, that's like $50,000.
We can find some.
Fuck yeah. What do we got coming up? I did want to say Corey did make a comment before we left. Him and I have a little side project we're doing called Garage Rama. Talking about horror films, Joe Bob Briggs, punk rock, all that good stuff. Just pretty much imagine like a midnight on Friday after you watched a double feature at the drive-in and you're just sitting at home drinking a beer and talking about it. That's kind of where we're at. So that's going to release this week. So keep an eye out for Garage Rama. Houts, you've got...
I've got finals.
Ooh.
I've got finals. So
when's that happen?
This week and next week.
And then you move into...
I am a giant ball of stress.
Summer?
Yeah, summer the week after.
Wow.
But summer will be pretty chill because I'm only taking 2 classes to be full-time.
Okay.
So
how far are you from graduation?
I am 1 year away.
So 1 year from now, you'll be taking finals.
1 year away.
All right.
I will be graduating.
Send out some good thoughts, guys.
It's Pullman. I'll send you an invite.
You going to you're going to walk in Pullman?
I think that's where you have to, when you graduate from here, you walk in Pullman. So
cool. Well, good for you. That's a huge accomplishment, man.
I'm excited.
Corey's off hiring people, so
yeah.
If you want to find out who he hired, come on down to Adventures Underground and the Uptown of Richland. Support local. Trying to think what Buried Puck's doing right now. I'll get back to you on that one. Yeah. So anyway, hello at buriedpuckthreads.com if you want to email us, tell us we suck. If you guys could, if you're still here, that means you kind of like us. Subscribe, review, and share. We gotta get some stuff with that. We gotta let the world know whether you like us or hate us to make us actually legitimate, because we don't really exist until that stuff happens.
Yeah.
In the digital world. So
I know a lot of the guys in my Discord server have been listening lately. A couple of them have been catching up and listening and stuff. So big shout out to my Discord. Thank you guys. Aiden.
Thank you.
Aiden, my buddy in Canada, he was like, I heard you talking about me on the podcast, because he was the upset.
What's his name on Instagram? Is it like that? Is it like a long name?
I'll show you.
I think I saw he commented on one of the posts.
Yeah. He's a good kid. Really good dude. He's going for the Canes hard this year. So
nice.
Hopefully they pull one through and Aiden gets to keep watching playoff hockey
if
the way he wants.
Make it past this first round, I think a lot of people are gonna be pulling hard for him.
Yeah.
Don't forget buriedpuck.com or buriedpuckthreads.com. Both of them will take you to the same place because we own both of those URLs, and bpthc.com. We also own that one as well. So go, please buy our product. Summertime's coming upon us. Things are coming. Don't forget to subscribe to the email list. We have brought that back to life and talking about upcoming things. Man, it is really hard to close this goddamn thing down without this guy here.
Yeah,
He's a really good MC. I'm just rambling on and on right now. Corey, we miss you. I think that's going to about do it. Episode 31.
Is it?
It is. We're 31 now.
We're killing it.
And it's in the books.
We're hustling.
See you guys next week. Don't forget.
Skating legs under us.